picking back up on a not really a maintenance video, but yeah, I guess you could say maintenance, preventative maintenance. So we got her off. Like I said, I check about every 3 to 5 rides, just cause where I live, it is it's either dusty or it's muddy, or both. So, and not like sand, I just mean like dust. Like you could ride behind somebody and just get plumed out. So very good thing to do that they will tell you, which, I mean, this isn't really bad. I don't really sink my, let's see, this is where the inlet comes in. That's it. I mean, this is after probably 6, 7 months of ownership now. Like even my secondary, but I do clean it out regularly. So my secondary, boom. I'm sure Polaris would probably love to see this, to be like, there's somebody that takes care of their, okay, let me clean my hand off, there's somebody that takes care of their clutches. I mean, yeah, I do. Alright, you seen that right there, so. But, yeah, so what you're going to do, and again, I know a lot of people know already. I know you do. I get it. First thing you want to do is mark the direction of your belt. You don't think it's going to make a difference, but it is. I promise you. So you're going to find your little keyhole here. I don't know what this is technically called. I just call it the release lever, because it releases the secondary, so you can slide the belt off the secondary and the primary. Most people only run it in till it's stopped. I try to run it in all the way, even though I got one hand. But you can just spin it back towards you and work your thumb. So once you get that, I honestly think it needs to go more, because I feel like I don't have the leverage. Let's see here. Let's see if I can set y'all. Yeah. See if I can do it one-handed still. I'll set y'all down for a second. I know it's horrible, right? Oh, you should have a tripod. You should know what you're doing. Well, so should I. And everybody that owns any type of internal combustion or electric engine that has a owner's manual. Just saying. So, got my marks marked, which direction it goes. I like to pull out on mine like that, and just work it around easily, just to not damage anything. Then you just want to pull it out over the primary, and that's it. So, what you really want to look for is uneven wear. And for almost 1,000 miles, if you look at that, and I honestly have smoked my belt twice, I'm not going to lie. But I don't mean smoked it to where there was smoke coming out of it. See if I can lay it on here and it make a difference. There we go. I just smoked it to where I smelt it. Then you're going to look down on here. There we go. That is a good shot. You want to look for any abnormal wear. Like you see how there is texture. It's the only way I can explain it. There's texture, there's grip still on that belt. It's not smooth. Then I call it the crack test. I press it flat, and this one actually kind of is starting to do it a little bit. If you see the cracks, I mean, they say really change your belt every season, but it is starting to crack a little bit. I swear, one day I will have the money to show y'all some killer videos. But okay, if you look this way, you can see kind of the cracks in the belt. But the difference is the cracks, like look right there. It is starting, yes. If you see that, you know what I mean. But it is not down to that cloth line. And it really is not that bad at all. I lay it on something flat, and I do this right here. I roll it. If it'll clear back out and show you, probably not. There it goes. So you can see some just, it's almost like it's not even residual cracking. It's more like just pieces of rubber coming off. And then, of course, you want to inspect the top. I mean, to me, this thing's broke in. I know Polaris says a couple 100 miles or something like that, or 50 miles, or I don't really feel like these belts are broken in till 500 to probably 700 miles. And you can see there's one little smooth spot on this one. I know most people wouldn't be looking at it that dramatically, but another thing I do, if you look at my cover, I mean, it's pretty, that water that's in there is probably from pressure washing, not gonna lie. But every time, here's your seal. It is kind of a shitty seal. I haven't ordered another one yet. You should pull that seal out every time. It's almost like a round seal. And you can tell where when I put it back in there, it reseated itself. So what I do is I use a little pick, because you don't want to damage it. You want to get in behind, you want to pull this out without causing damage or nicking it or anything. I pull it out, I clean it. I do not use soap and water to clean my gears though, or my gearbox. I take compressed air, I blow it out. If I have any grooving in here, which I don't feel, but I still like where the belt's been riding, that ring, to me, that is a residue ring. Every one of those are residue rings. And I do ride at a higher RPM, so my belt's sitting right here. It's obvious. Look at that ring. It's perfect all the way around. So I take a little carb spray, choke carb, or whatever, and I use a really fine grit sandpaper. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say I couldn't find it at the time, but I want to say it's like 100. I mean, it does look dirty. You can hear it. It has just the very little, look at that, just the very little bit of grit. And I will wipe that off with a rag. I will spray on a rag. I don't clean all this off with carb cleaner. I kind of consider this like carbon lubricant. Like, if anybody knows about door locks, the worst thing to put in a door lock or an automotive door lock is a liquid lubricant. You should put a dry lubricant in it. So I consider, what is the best thing to lubricate a specific metal, or the best thing I feel like to lubricate it with is the same damn thing that is coming off of it, the dust. And I know that sounds stupid probably, but I know you're not supposed to spray these with oil. You're not supposed to use, like, some people do, but I know you're not supposed to use like dish detergent, because the way I see it is, if you clean this out completely and it dries out, there's nothing to lubricate these moving. And like I said, this is almost 1,000 miles on these slides. I wipe my finger across. That is not, and this is normal daylight, that is not etched that bad. Like, you're kidding me. Of course it's etched at the end where it stops, but as far as accelerating, of course it's going to accelerate and go this way. It's not that bad. I see a little something, you know, like that little stuff right there. That is actual dirt. That's dirt. That's nothing from the actual primary and secondary. Yeah, that's straight up just dust. And that, yeah, if you know what that feels like, that feels like this damn sandpaper. But it's chilling in here the whole time. So anyways, long story short, 11-minute video. Take the belt off, mark the direction. I said that before, mark your direction. I use soapstone. You could use probably a Sharpie or something like that. Don't clean your belt. Don't clean your belt with any petroleum distilled cleaner. It does not need to be cleaned. Just blow it off in your hand. Blow the dust off of it. Like I said, I just use this right here. Just a normal old compressed air sprayer. What's this? So anyways, if you would have seen the cloud that I was putting out, you didn't see half of it. So just compressed air, really fine grit sandpaper, some carb or brake cleaner, you know, spray it on a rag, wipe everything down. I personally wouldn't recommend completely saturating everything in a very strong cleaner. That's just me. Otherwise, do what you want to do. Again, like I said, if you look at this secondary, you can see the ring where the belt has been riding. You see that right there? You can't take it off with your fingernail. That's probably where I smoked the belt. That's belt debris. So yeah, you can hear that. I know you heard that right there. You want to get that off there. Yeah, that's no bueno. So yeah, like what I said, let me lay you down again. I was gonna cut this video short, but I do really want to show y'all in my eyes. So I'm soaking it in the cleaner, and if you see, I'm wiping this. I've got this soaked down in carb spray, whatever. So, and that's not going to take it right off. It will take a lot of it off, but where you really got into that, secondary, it's going to leave. I mean, you can hear that. That is the rubber I'm trying to scratch off that. And if you see, there's a good solid ring all the way around it. So what I do is take sandpaper. It's going to be the death of me. and run it across it. And yes, it would be more beneficial to hold it, but I'm just doing one spot. All right, look at that. You see how clean that is? Up and around. That is where I started. You see that belt residue? I'm sure most of y'all have seen what really hot rubber does to even a nice car. I mean, you can pit and groove anything at the right temperature, especially aluminum. So again, that's before cleaning it. That is after cleaning it. You can see the little cross hatches in it. I can get my fat finger down there without interrupting it. You can see, with the daylight going away, you can see the little etchings, if you know what I'm talking about. There's still a little bit left on there that's pitted, but you can see the etchings. But that looks way better than that. That is just gunk and dirt and rubber and residue just baked into that secondary. So anyways, I do the same for the primary. Primary actually looks damn really good, except for that damn high RPM ring right there. And then you can see what I call my idle ring down there near the shaft. Because I actually do let mine idle. Like when I'm done, I let the fan cycle. But yeah, I will try and compose these videos together. If not, I will put a picture of the final cleanup in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.